want to see Ms. Strong strut her stuff. I like the fact that there's a woman comedy host this year. Wanda Sykes was the last one, and she's a friend of mine. And, of course, you're always interested to see how the First Lady and First President Obama will react to everything. He's so funny. They've got such great senses of humor, so I think it's going to be fun watching and listening to them.
It's surreal, this lovely mix of politicians and the press people and Hollywood all coming together to celebrate how great our press is and what an influence it is in our whole country.
I think a lot of people tuned in last night expecting to see a media spectacle, and I haven't commented out of respect to Bruce and because I didn't want to take part in that spectacle, but I think a lot of people, when the people tuned in last night, I think what they did see is a beautiful human being who cares deeply about their family and who's a parent and at 65 can no longer live a lie, and I think that's something everyone can relate to. Stepping and living into our truths is something that all of us must do.
I mean, I told him that, it's just a crazy mob scene full of a lot of great people, a lot of self-important people, some celebrities, and it's fun. It's sort of that once in a year event in Washington where people can really kind of let loose and have a good time. And, it's fun to be watching the president. I think Cecily Strong's going to be funny. I think there are going to be people from my former network in the line of fire, unfortunately, so I hope she's kind.
It's so nice. I'm so excited. I'm really so excited for Cecily. I can't even contain it. We have the same makeup artist, and I'm like, tell her to just be easy, tell her to have a good time. And I'm like, is she nervous? Because her makeup artist is mine and is also one of my best friends. So I'm like trying to send her messages.
The president, because you expect it from her. You can see it when it's going, but with him, it comes out of nowhere and it's very dry. And he does have a wicked sense of humor.
And it's a little different every year, but it's especially fun to be here with this secretary.
Are you giving her any pointers?
Well, we did have an initial conversation, right? Yes.
It's very, very helpful.
We had a great time.
Is she giving you any acting tips?
All the time.
She's my White House Correspondents Dinner girlfriend. We met here and we sat together one year, and now she's officially my date, so I'm a lucky guy.
I'm not one to be at a loss for words, but I must tell you, I'm a little bit at a loss for words. This is pretty spectacular. I don't know what to expect. I'm with old hat. I mean, I've got Secretary Albright, I've got Bob Schieffer and Tim Daly, who have all been here so many times. So I'm just going to live and learn tonight.
It's a little bit more chaotic, I think, than in LA. There's a man with a saxophone down there, I don't know, channeling Bill Clinton, I don't know. This is hectic. There's a buzzing energy, and I know I'm going to be in the same room as the president. I mean, I'm sure that's old hat for people in DC, but for us Angelinos, that's a pretty big deal. Well, to me, I grew up in politics. My parents were always politically involved, community-based involved. My mother worked for the alderman, my father worked for Congressman Luis Gutierrez, so it was always in my blood to try to fight for those that feel voiceless, to fight for injustice. And to me, this is like the best experience ever to fuse what I love to do in my art, which is to create social change and to create awareness, to be able to do that with the leaders of our country. I feel so honored, so incredibly honored to be here.
From my closet. Take care.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Political dramas are my absolute favourites. I mean, it's such a sort of world of theatre, isn't it? But I'm a bit of a political junkie. We have an election going on in the UK at the moment, and I'm filming over here in New York. So I spend every minute that I can checking back home and seeing what's going on and following the ins and outs of it. Yeah.